is JRAM, and last week, At and Naomi talked about Joseph when he helped to interpret the Pharaoh's dream correctly and also saved the nation from starvation. So Pharaoh put Joseph in a high position. When the famine started, Egypt had lots of food. They sold grains to Egyptians, and the whole land came to buy grains as well. So today, we will continue in Genesis chapter 42, verse 1 to 24. When Jacob found out there was grain in Egypt, he said to his sons, "I have heard there is grain in Egypt, so go down and buy some, so we will not starve to death." 10 of Joseph's brothers went to Egypt to buy grain. But Jacob did not send Joseph's younger brother Benjamin with him. He was afraid that something might happen to him. Since Joseph was governor of Egypt and in charge of selling grain, his brothers came to him and bowed with their faces to the ground. They did not recognize Joseph, but right away he knew who they were, though he pretended not to know. Instead, he spoke harshly and asked, "Where do you come from?" "From the land of Canaan," they answered. "We've come to buy grain." Joseph remembered what he had dreamed about them and said, "You're spies! You've come to see where our country is weak." "No, sir," they replied. "We're your servants, and we have only come to buy grain. We're honest men, and we have come from the same family. We're not spies." "That isn't so," Joseph insisted. But they explained, "Sir, we come from a family of 12 brothers. The youngest is still with our father in Canaan, and one of our brothers is dead." Joseph replied, "It's just like I said. You're spies, and I'm going to find out who you really are." Joseph kept them all under guard for 3 days before saying to them, "Since I respect God, I'll give you a chance to save your lives. If you are honest men, one of you must stay here in jail, and the rest of you can take the grain back to your starving families. But you must bring your youngest brother to me. Then I'll know that you are telling the truth, and you will not be put to death." Joseph's brothers agreed and said to one another, "We're being punished because of Joseph." Reuben spoke up. "I told you! Didn't I tell you not to harm the boy? But you wouldn't listen, and now we have to pay the price for killing him." They did not know that Joseph could understand them, since he was speaking through an interpreter. Joseph turned away from them and cried, but soon he turned back and spoke to them again. Then he had Simeon tied and taken away while they watched. Now, what did you learn from the story? First, forgive those who have wronged you. In the story, Joseph saw his brothers again after years since they had thrown him in a well and sold him to merchants. Joseph recognized his brothers right away, but he did not reveal his identity yet. Joseph decides to play with his brothers a bit and trick them into giving one of their brothers up and bringing back their youngest brother from their homeland to prove they weren't spies. Joseph was having fun trying to get revenge, but in the end he ended up crying because of how hurt he was. Holding a grudge hurts you more than it hurts others. Instead, forgive those who have wronged you, just as our Father in heaven forgave us. So how about you guys? Have you ever been bullied or teased just because you're different from others? Do you have a brother or sister that got jealous of you and did something that hurt you? If so, you should forgive them just like Joseph did to his brothers. 2. Be compassionate. Choose to love others just as our Father in heaven loves you. When we choose to be compassionate, it pleases God. He created us to love Him. I hope you enjoyed our lesson for today. Remember, learn to forgive and be compassionate. Bye guys! See you again next week, and God bless.
And we know in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Verse 28. And we know in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose.